Welcome to my special guest feature now. We have on the line for you a young lady, Eleanor Bailey. She's an actor, extra, a model, photographer, dancer, very multi-talented. Even does a bit of TV presenting and radio presenting. A very good day to you, Eleanor Bailey. How are we today? Thanks for taking part in the breakfast show here on XLR Radio.
Oh no, that's okay. Hello.
Great stuff. Now, from the top, you're into musical theatre, aren't you? You're a performer. I've just read here you've been in Greece.
Yeah,
You do a little bit of pantomime as well.
yeah.
How did you first get into performing arts?
I first got into performing arts when I did dance classes when I was very little, and I loved it. And then we went to see the pantomime annually as a family, and I remember Mum saying that that was it. I'd been to the pantomime when I must have been about 6, and she saw my face, and my eyes were so wide watching the people on stage, and she was like, "That's it. I just knew that that's when you were going to be a performer."
Yeah.
Then I just nagged her and nagged her and nagged her to let me join the local youth
Hmm.
theatre. And that was it then, really. I started that when I was younger, and I've never looked back.
Great. And do you think that you were born to be on that stage?
um, I think I was born to tell stories, and I
Yeah.
think that that's why I love theatre so much. Is it's such an
Yeah.
interactive way to tell those stories, but I love writing as well. So I think there's definitely something about passing on stories or creating new stories altogether that I absolutely love.
Sure. So you're a bit of an all-rounder, very talented, and you do a bit of dancing. Is it tap, jazz, modern, and ballet dancer? It says here.
Yes, I used to. I don't do the classes anymore, but I did my grades in them when I was a bit younger.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's so much fun.
So you're,
So,
you're you're based in my neck of the woods, West Midlands, but
yeah.
you also to and fro London as well.
Yes. I was very fortunate to last year. Well, I've been auditioning for drama schools for a couple of years now, and last year I actually took a place with a course called Peer Productions, which is based in Berkshire. So I went down south last year and spent last year a little bit closer to, well, a lot closer to London from where I'm
Hmm.
originally. So that was really great, and I made quite a few connections, and I made great friends on the course that I was on last year. So I'm now a little bit more able to go backwards and forwards to London.
Sure. And is the West End, does that always appeal to you, that side of the theatre industry?
Um, I think that the West End is absolutely amazing, and West End was a lot of my first experiences with theatre when I was younger. When we'd go down to for weekend trips to London and go and see a show in the West End, and I used to be absolutely mesmerised by it all. But as I'm looking into my own career, I the the stage that I'm performing in or the venue that I'm performing in doesn't really have any impact on me. I'm not. Of course, I'd absolutely love to perform in the West End, but I think that I get the most enjoyment out of knowing I've given a good
Yeah.
performance and knowing I'm performing something that I love. So it doesn't really bother me where I am.
Sure.
I just
So just as long as you've got a stage and the audience, that's all you need.
exactly,
Right. You hit the
exactly.
nail on the head there. Thanks for answering that. And on this interview, you wanted to mention about Thai. What is Thai?
Thai is theatre and education, so it's a great thing that is used a lot now. Well, it's being introduced more and more, and that's what I spent last year doing with Peer Productions, who are a charity. And they train about 15 people a year. There are about 15 people on my course. That varies obviously a little bit, but I trained with them last year, and they train us for free
Hmm.
so that we can take their shows on tour around the south. And the shows are, we take them into schools, um secondary schools mostly. And I learned so much, and basically that's what I was doing all year. So I was delivering theatre and education shows to school kids, and it was a huge learning curve, I think, for me and the students that we were performing the shows to. So it in a summary, it's theatre and education is just a performance of some kind that is educational in that's its purpose.
Yeah. So traveling into schools, inspiring like the young kids into maybe following a career in the theatre or performing
Uh,
arts.
yeah, I think that. that's definitely that definitely can happen. But I think a lot of the time as well at theatres, with the way that we used it last year in peer productions, is it's just learning about normal topics that you would cover in school, but they're the things that you do in PSHE, or conversations that are a little bit more taboo maybe, or once were taboo conversations, that I think there's still a lot of stigma around this concept in the classroom of talking about, be it drugs or sex or relationships, all of these different things that people find quite difficult to talk about. The artistic director of Peer Productions, Nina Lemon, who is an amazing playwright, writes these plays about these things and covers all the different aspects and puts them into one play, and then we deliver that to the school children so that it's we can use theatre as a tool to teach rather than just as a entertainment value.
Sure. And the theatre as well. So that's what the tie. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The tie. Would you like to share any websites or links to the tie where people can find out more?
Well, actually, theatre education's covered a lot now in a lot of it. I don't know if there probably are people listening that are in a similar position to me that are trying to make their way into the career, and a lot of drama schools now do modules on theatre education, and obviously go and check out Peer Productions website because they're great. And but there is so many. I think it's a lot more common than people think it is. I think that if people are already into theatre, they probably would have seen it without even knowing it some of the time.
Sure. So when someone has a talent and you have like courses, A levels or college courses, how can talent be marked in an examination? If you got a talent, surely that's enough. Would you?
Yeah, this is a good conversation. Actually, I've always really struggled with this one because I agree with you in the fact that the education system that most students go through, especially in this country, it doesn't support the creative industry very well, purely because it's like you've just said. How can you judge two different people's talents with the same marking criteria and etc. when they're two completely different? They could have completely different skills, but both as good as each other. But if one happens to tick more boxes on a piece of paper, they're going to get more marks. I really struggle with this.
Yeah.
I think that the important things that you learn, I definitely learned in school doing drama and dance and creative subjects like that within school and within college. It was more to do with the group work and the working as an ensemble. I think that it teaches you a lot about that, and I think that's true in any education system, because you'll be able to pick out the ones that really, really want to do it, because they are willing to work with anyone and make it work. They'll make it work no matter what.
Great stuff.
No.
And so, do you have any plans for the rest of the year with your theatre? Is anything exciting on the horizon which you can tell us about?
Yeah, there's quite a few exciting things on the horizon, really, because I've been very busy last year. So hopefully I want to use this year to build more credits and just to keep myself busy in whatever form that takes, really. I was lucky enough to pursue a bit of modelling in the end of my year, and I was really fortunate to actually sign to 2 agencies. So I've now got a year, which is really exciting, that I can use this time to explore more about the industry that I haven't yet had a chance to. But who knows how that will take form.
You got many strings to your bow, and so just keep all options open. But the theatre is that the one which remains close to your heart?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Well, great stuff. Thanks for talking to us today. I think you've covered a lot there, actually, in the interview. And if there's anything else that we might want to cover in the future, I'd like to welcome you on maybe in a few months' time to check in on your progress, like our other guests. We always ask how they get on, because we always wish them well here on XLR Radio.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
So, Eleanor Bailey, thank you very much, and that's fantastic. Wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
cheers. Thank you.